They are conjoined twins, and it is very uncommon for conjoined twins to make it and prefer to live. And I'm like, legitimately, like, my legs are sweating, like, everything, like, it's lousy. And she, or he's nice. Abby and Brittany Hensel stunned anybody after they discovered that something came about and had become so huge they nearly determined to split. With 2 heads and 1 body each selection, they face is twice as tough. However, they have always stayed united. What should likely cause them to do not forget such a life-changing choice? Tune in to find what pushed them to the threshold of separation and a turning factor of their lives. The energy of shared lives. Conjoined twins are fantastic, uncommon, like 1 in 200, 0 births, uncommon. And even rarer is surviving past babyhood. Abby and Brittany beat the one's odds, born with heads, however, 1 body. They faced complicated fitness problems from day 1. Each of them has their own heart and stomach, but different organs like the liver are shared. When they had been born, medical doctors did not count on them to make it. And the medial lung on both aspects seems to be fused inside the middle, and that may be, as one could assume. The Hensel family braced themselves for the worst, however. The twins no longer only survived, they thrived. Their survival changed into the primary in a long line of impossible achievements. Their mother and father, Patty and Mike, decided early that their daughters would be treated like any other kids, individuals with their very own desires, and it made all the distinction. Before we delve into this, it is clear that the choice Abby and Brittany confronted was far greater difficult than everybody could have imagined, and what they decided will leave you taken aback. Growing up wasn't a stroll within the park. Every little motion needed to be coordinated perfectly, due to the fact that one twin controls the right side and the opposite handles the left. Imagine having to learn how to walk, while you and a person else have to flow as one. It's a big undertaking, but it is precisely what those girls did, with staying power and a whole lot of exercise. They have been always endorsed to be active, play outside, and broaden their very own personalities. Play. They cherished using bikes, gambling the piano, each the use of one hand, and placing out with friends just like other kids. Sure, they fought now and again, but their bond turned into, by no means in doubt, one of the maximum first-rate matters become how they managed everyday stuff, like typing on a keyboard or swimming. They adapted and made it paintings, proving time and time once more that teamwork was their superpower. The topic of separation hung over them as they grew older. Doctors made it clear separation surgical treatment would be extraordinarily risky. The twins shared too many crucial organs, and the danger of dropping one among them or each changed into high. Their parents have been torn. The idea of giving their daughters a hazard at man or woman lives was tempting, however the risks have been simply too remarkable. When they got older, they themselves considered it. The idea of getting their personal, separate lives felt massive, nearly too large to address. The what-ifs stuffed their minds for a while. What could life be like if every of them had their personal frame, their own area? They spent long hours speak me it over, considering what it is able to suggest for his or her destiny. In the cease, they chose no longer to go through with the separation. They found out that what they had become, too precious to chance. The bodily bond wasn't just about their shared organs. It was also approximately a deep emotional connection. The thought of residing apart regarded impossible. They had constantly been a group. Their shared lifestyles wasn't a burden, however, a truth they'd embraced absolutely. This decision became a turning point for them, a declaration of independence in its very own way. They weren't simply surviving, they had been deciding on the way to live, on their own terms. And that's triumphantly argument of what they're doing or what they may be wearing. When we sold these shoes, it became a large argument. After identifying to live collectively, they centered on what came next, dwelling life to the fullest. School changed into a large part of their path. End quote. They attended ordinary high school, took part in sports, and graduated with honors. They even went on to Bethel University to have a look at training, pushed through their love for teaching. College existence changed into no picnic for conjoined twins. Just navigating the campus took creativity, however they made it happen. Today, they're both primary faculty teachers. Their students love them, not simply due to the fact they may be precise, however, due to how they educate. Always as a crew, always supportive. Their message to the children is simple: you can do whatever in Casey's positioned in the effort. For the twins, everyday lifestyles is about steady cooperation. They must paintings collectively to do the entirety, get dressed, devour, even drive. Yes, they pressure. Each controls one side of the car and their coordination is great. Even their personalities are one of a kind. One is greater outspoken at the same time as the alternative is extra laid back. Despite their variations, they have found out to compromise and locate balance. Whether at work, with buddies, or just placing out, they approach the whole lot with a good sense of humor. They do not focus on what makes them specific. They cognizance on what makes them, well, them. Their early years had been all approximately operating together, however. As they got older, new issues came up that tested how strong their bond became. Facing health-demanding situations collectively. Sharing a frame also weighs sharing health issues. Something as easy as a chili can turn extreme rapid. Over the years, they have wanted surgical procedures and confronted medical scares. Through all of it, they have remained resilient, leaning on each different for power. Their positive mindset is what continues them going, even when things get tough. They've constructed a close bond with their doctors and usually technique their health with caution and care. Naturally, humans wonder about their love lives. They've been open, approximately wanting meaningful relationships. Finding a associate isn't smooth for each person, and for them it's even extra complicated. They've stated they need someone who loves them for who they're not because of their specific scenario. They don't share many information about their non-public lives, however, what is clean is they aren't letting societal expectancies maintain them again. They need to live authentically, and that they won't settle for something less. The twins first got the arena's attention via TV and documentaries. Their truth display, Abby and Brittany, aired in 2012 and gave humans a peek into their everyday lives. It showed their demanding situations, their fun moments, and the whole lot in a monk. People loved it, and that they became a notion. Through the media, they have used their story to teach others and undertaken stereotypes. Their message is clear. Their lives are complete of laughter, demanding situations, and love, just like all people else's. The story of Abby and Brittany is a lesson in resilience. They face challenges that might seem not possible to most people, but they've never let it stop them. Deciding no longer to split turned into a choice based totally on love and knowledge, their very own needs. Their course is a reminder that happiness comes from accepting who you are and making the maximum of what you have. They've shown that working together, having a positive mindset, and staying decided can help you face any impediment. Only you can control whether happy or unhappy it gets. However, there's no such thing as true happiness. As they circulate ahead, the twins are targeted on making their lives significant. They're now not worrying too much approximately what's to come back. They're all approximately residing in the second. I hate getting my nails achieved. I just hate it. So it became simply a compromise component, because Brittany would not love it and I do and Kayla does. So we did it. Their tale is not over, and those are excited to look what they may do subsequent. Their lifestyles wasn't smooth, but they didn't let their connection define who they were. A quite effective message for everybody, actually. And who should forget about Ronnie and Donnie Gallion? Born in 1951 in Ohio, those men had been omphalopagus twins, joined on the abdomen. They had a document-breaking run as the longest-living conjoined twins, passing away at 68 in 2020. For a great deal of their early lives, they finished in sideshows, which would possibly sound peculiar. However, it is how they supported their own family financially. Later in life, they selected privateness over the highlight, living quietly in their place of birth. Their story gives a one-of-a-kind take a look at conjoined existence. Sometimes it's just about getting by, means of, and being with, own family, without the sector looking. Up next we have the card lady ever out of two families, without the sector looking. Then there is the case of Masha and Dasha Krivoshlyakova, born in 1950 in Russia. These twins were what is called dicephalous tetrabrachius, or Trappist twins, that method 2 heads, 4 hands, and 3 legs. If you observed their lives were tough, you'd be right. Born into the Soviet Union, they have become topics of clinical experiments, regularly saved in isolation and treated greater like Czech topics than human beings. But no matter all that, they advanced wonderful personalities. One appreciated one component, the alternative appreciated something else. It's a tragic tale, clearly. A reminder of ways badly society can get it incorrect in terms of treating those who are exceptional with dignity. Looking at these kinds of stories, from Chang and Ing to Masha and Dasha, There may be a common thread. The international is captivated with what it does not understand, and conjoined twins aren't any exception. People need to appearance, to stare, to prod, and to understand all the info, but at the middle of it, these are simply humans trying to stage their lives with all the complexities and joys that come with being human. Is Abby and Brittany's desire to live collectively surely their great decision, or may want to separation have given them a higher lifestyles? Share your mind and bear in mind to like and subscribe for more.